chasm stretches hundreds of meters, a void of blackened stone, and above it a thin ribbon of glass suspended in the sky, trembling under the weight of dozens of visitors. You step onto it. Every step echoes. Every heartbeat accelerates. And then in a single terrifying moment, the glass shatters. What if a glass bridge were to break? At first it seems unimaginable. Modern engineering has made these structures safe, with layers of reinforced glass, steel supports, and rigorous testing. Yet what if safety failed? What if the impossible became reality? Glass bridges are marvels of human ingenuity. They defy gravity, offering a view straight down to the earth hundreds of feet below. They are built with multiple layers of laminated tempered glass. Each panel can withstand the weight of dozens of people. The steel framework beneath them distributes stress. Sensors monitor vibrations. Engineers calculate load tolerances to near perfection. But even the strongest glass has limits. A crack can spread. Microfractures can form over time. The most delicate balance can be disrupted by a single flaw or by forces no one anticipated. A sudden seismic tremor, an unexpected gust of wind, or even the simple wear of time. To understand what would happen if such a bridge failed, we must first understand its anatomy. Each panel of glass is not just a flat surface, it is a composite of layers bonded under extreme heat and pressure. The top layer protects against scratches. The middle layers provide strength and flexibility. The bottom layer adheres to the steel frame. Together they form a surface that is nearly unbreakable under normal circumstances. Historical incidents provide some chilling context. In 2018, a glass bridge in China suffered minor cracking when a visitor dropped a heavy object. Though no one was hurt, it forced engineers to confront a terrifying truth. Even these feats of technology are not invincible. In 2007, a glass walkway in the US experienced cracks during a heat wave, leading to immediate closure. While catastrophic collapses are rare, the consequences would be dramatic. Now, imagine the bridge as it is designed to function. Hundreds of people walking across, the sound of footsteps echoing off steel and glass. Suddenly, the first crack appears. It's almost imperceptible at first. A thin spiderweb line tracing across the panel. But glass is merciless. One fracture begets another. The initial response is confusion. Some scream, others freeze. The sound is deafening. A sharp, ringing snap followed by a groaning of metal supports as tension shifts. Gravity, always patient, begins to assert itself. Let's consider the mechanics. The bridge's weight is shared across multiple supports. When one panel fails, its load is suddenly transferred to adjacent panels. They were not designed to bear this unexpected weight. Within seconds, stress fractures multiply. The steel framework begins to twist under uneven pressure. The entire section may detach from its anchors, and then the fall physics is unforgiving. A human body falling hundreds of meters accelerates at nearly 10 meters per second squared. Impact with rock or earth is catastrophic. Even if portions of the structure remain partially intact, the glass alone offers no protection. The energy of the fall is immense. Survival chances are minimal without some extraordinary circumstance. But the consequences do not stop at the fall itself. Structural failure of a high-profile bridge triggers a cascade of events. Rescue operations must contend with unstable debris. Emergency response is complicated by remote locations. Many glass bridges are built in mountains, over valleys, or near cliffs. Helicopters may struggle to land. Roads may be narrow or non-existent. The psychological impact is profound. Eyewitnesses experience trauma. Fear spreads. Tourism drops dramatically. Governments enact inspections, suspend operations, and conduct urgent investigations. Engineers worldwide re-examine their calculations, scrutinize materials, and question the limits of human ambition. In comparing this with historical engineering disasters, the parallels are clear. The collapse of the Tacoma Narrows Bridge in 1940, a suspension bridge in Washington state, is instructive. Designers had miscalculated wind-induced vibrations. The bridge swayed uncontrollably and eventually it tore itself apart. There were no human fatalities in that case, but the structural lessons were profound. Human ingenuity had limits, and the natural forces, wind, gravity, stress, were relentless. Glass bridges, though a more recent innovation, are no different. They present the illusion of safety, the thrill of walking on air, yet they remain vulnerable to physics and material science. Step by step, let's explore how a catastrophic failure might unfold. First, A minor flaw goes unnoticed during maintenance. A small chip in a top layer of glass, invisible to the naked eye. Second, repeated stress builds over months or years. Tourists' footsteps, temperature changes, and even wind vibrations compound microfractures. Third, a sudden event, a heavy object dropped, a seismic tremor, or a gust of wind initiates the break. Fourth, the fracture spreads rapidly. The first panel shatters, transferring immense stress to neighboring panels. Fifth, the supporting steel frame warps. Anchors shift. Sections of the bridge detach. Sixth, gravity does its work. Bodies fall. Debris scatters. Those on remaining sections scramble for safety, sometimes worsening the chaos. Seventh, emergency response is delayed by terrain and scale. Helicopters navigate narrow canyons. Rescue teams rappel down cliffs. Every second counts. Eighth, the aftermath. Investigations, lawsuits, media scrutiny, and a shaken public. The site is closed indefinitely, becoming a cautionary tale. Yet, amid this drama, there are lessons. Glass bridges are testaments to human ambition and engineering brilliance. They challenge our perception of fear and height. They push the boundaries of material science and architectural design. But they also remind us of humility. Nature is indifferent, physics is constant, and no structure is truly immune to failure. In this scenario, we confront not just the collapse of a bridge, but the fragility of human constructs in the face of natural law. Every step we take on glass, every marvel we build carries risk. Small, often invisible, but real. And while we may think of this as a tragedy, it is also an opportunity. For engineers, it is a chance to innovate further. For visitors, it is a reminder of awe, respect, and caution. For society, it is a moment to reflect on the balance between daring and safety, ambition and humility. Every great failure has given birth to a new era of understanding. The broken glass beneath our feet becomes a lesson, not only in physics but in the fragility of human confidence. The shards tell stories of calculation, of pride, of the fine line that separates courage from catastrophe. When the fragments settle and the noise fades, the silence that follows becomes a teacher. Engineers gather the pieces, studying each layer under light, searching for clues in every fracture pattern. They do not look for blame, they look for truth. What was the load tolerance? Where did the stress concentrate? How did a structure built to defy gravity finally surrender to it? This is how progress is made, not through perfection but through failure understood. Each collapsed beam, each shattered panel becomes a blueprint for resilience. Stronger composites are forged. Smarter sensors are designed. Algorithms are written to predict the smallest tremor of weakness before it grows. For those who once walked across these glass spans, the experience takes on a new meaning. They remember the sound of their footsteps echoing through the transparent floor. The sense of weightlessness mixed with fear. That memory transforms into respect. Respect for the forces that hold us and the ones that wait to pull us down. Society, too, reflects. The image of the broken bridge travels across screens and headlines. It becomes a symbol of human audacity and human vulnerability. Debates rise about safety standards, tourism, and the limits of spectacle. But beyond the noise, something quieter takes root: understanding. We begin to realize that beauty and danger often exist together, that wonder itself demands responsibility. Humanity has always built bridges, not just across rivers and valleys, but across eras of thought. From stone arches to steel giants, from suspension marvels to transparent walkways of glass, each generation reaches a little further. We build because we dream, because we refuse to be confined by the ground beneath us. Yet every dream carries risk, and every risk demands respect. If the collapse of a glass bridge teaches us anything, it is that safety is not a single achievement, but an ongoing dialogue between creation and caution. It reminds us that nature does not yield to design. It negotiates with it. The wind, the weight, the time, the unseen stresses, they are all participants in the story. And as the next bridge rises, gleaming and stronger than before, the reflection of the sky upon its surface is more than just beauty. It is memory. It is warning. It is progress. Because in the end, what breaks us also builds us. And what falls, if we learn, becomes the foundation for something that will not fall again.